friend's raised eyebrows. Fuck! A whole year without sex! Tash threw a second vibrator into her basket. I'm buying you this. It's a gift. You need it more than I do. Ha ha. Honey took it back out of the basket. Thanks, but don't waste your money. They don't work for me. They work for everybody, honey. Not me. Have you ever tried? Tash asked. I don't need to, okay? Honey turned away, uncomfortable with the turn the conversation had taken. I just don't... well, you know. Tash and Nell grasped an elbow each and turned her back around to face them. You don't what? A frown rumpled Nell's smooth brow. Orgasm? She whispered the question. Don't stare at me like I'm a criminal, Honey muttered. A sex shop was so not the place to discuss this. She felt like an atheist in St. Paul's Cathedral. I'm no prude, I like sex. I just never have an orgasm. It's no big deal. Tash stared at Honey as if she'd grown an extra head. No big deal, it's friggin' huge. I'd die if I didn't come at least once a day. Even when you're between men? Nell asked. Her diamond wedding band glinted as she fiddled with the buttons on her polka-dot silk blouse, which came straight from the glamorous teacher all the dads fancy pages of the Bowden catalogue. Tash tapped the package in her basket. Meet my new boyfriend. Honey glanced away. Glittery red hearts dangled throughout the store like a love grotto, although the dummies clad in crotchless knickers and peephole bras made it more sex den than romantic arbour. What is all this stuff? Nell murmured, wide-eyed as they passed through a heavy velvet curtain. She picked up a dark string of beads and wrapped them around her wrist. I didn't know they did jewellery. She twisted her arm to admire them. These would be perfect with my new purple dress. Tash laughed. Yes, how thoughtful of them to make their bumbies multi-purpose. Nell yanked them off, her cheeks a good match with the violet beads as she tossed them down. That's revolting! Don't knock it till you tried it, girlfriend. Tash raised a knowing brow. Nell sat down and crossed her ankles, the image of a prim school marm. I think I'll wait for you here. 'Kay, but just so you know, you're sitting on a sex couch. Tash winked. Christ! Jumping up, Nell smoothed her hands down her navy pencil skirt. Is nothing normal in this place? This is normal, Nell. Simon would probably love to see you in crotchless knickers. He most certainly would not. He'd tell me to return them because there was a bit missing. Tash shook her head and huffed. You know, I think he probably would. Honey slid the handcuffs she'd been examining off her wrists and grinned. Simon and Nell were the perfect couple. Childhood sweethearts. Mr. and Mrs. Vanilla. He'd probably have a heart attack if Nell wore anything more risque than M&S white cotton. Come on, Nell. Let's get you out of here. Tash, we'll meet you next door in 5. So, Honey, about the orgasm thing, Tash said as she slid into the booth in the crowded bar 10 minutes later. Honey sighed. Jesus, Tash, don't start. I really don't need to talk about this. Okay, you're right, Nell soothed. But when you said you don't, you didn't mean you never have, did you? Honey reached for her wine in resignation. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it should. It's bad for your health, if nothing else. No, Tash, it would be bad for your health. I don't miss what I've never had. Are you 100% bona fide certain that you never have? Nell asked. Jesus, Nell, if she had one and missed it, then there really is something wrong with her. Honey cleared her throat. I'm still here, remember? I just don't know how you can't once you're in the heat of the moment, to be honest, Tash said, looking genuinely perplexed. You must have been sleeping with the wrong men, Honey. It's no one's fault, Honey shrugged. Do you think that you're getting too wound up about it, and then that makes it impossible to relax enough for it to happen? Nell frowned. Honey shook her head. Please?